Stop what you're doing and listen.
Good morning. Okay, it's not really morning. It's more like 12:30. I was up all night editing. It's weird. I get started. Usually have some sort of like difficulty getting going, and then all of a sudden, like, I get an idea or a song or something. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I want to do. Next thing I know, it's 5:30 in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's rising. I'm like, well, I guess I did it again. Better get some sleep. So it's afternoon, and we got a note from the USPS driver who has attempted to deliver my rear caliper weld-on tabs. So I'm going to go pick those guys up. We've got SLR goodies came in yesterday. I'm so excited. Here they are. So that shit is going on this bad boy, which is going to put those wheels right outside the fender. I know it. I'm really hoping that's not going to happen. I have some spacers on there I can take off. We'll mess with the camber, and if I still can't get it all to fit, because I did get the Ultra Kit, which has the longest control arm of the bunch, it'll probably move the wheel out like 1.5 inches, 2 inches. It's 53 millimeters wider, I believe, so that's 2 inches. Let's start up the old girl. Oh my god, yesterday, pocket for my keys. Yesterday, I got in my car and tried to crank it, and she just cranked. She didn't start. It's like, hey Ben, I don't feel good or something is what I don't know what she's trying to tell me. I think she's trying to tell me that don't forget about her. She's an old girl. You're not that old. It's like 2006. You're half my age. And she started up today. But yeah. Yesterday, I go and crank her, and she just cranks and cranks and cranks. I'm like, what? What is going on? Is this a fluke? So I cycle the key, and I think then the fuel pump primed, because I think maybe the fuel pump hadn't primed for some reason. So I go and cycle the key. I'm like, all right, come on, baby, please. Don't do this to me. Be a good girl. And she started. So she's got personality, which is good. Her name's Pippi, by the way. I don't think I've ever told you guys this. So, yeah, I name all my cars, and this one is Pippi. I named her when I picked her up in Detroit. Driving back, she was just, like, revving really easy and, like, happy and like, just, I don't know, the kind of car that, like, is eager to go and eager to rev and just wants to, like, hang out in higher, the higher RPMs than other cars have had. It just feels like it wants to go, always wanting to rev and wanting to go. So I named her Pippi. It seemed very fitting at the time, and sometimes it doesn't seem so fitting now, but that's her name, and you're stuck with it. She's stuck with it. So we're going to let her warm up for a second, and then we're off to, I don't know what's first. Coffee's really what I want, but that's, like, in the order of things, it's the furthest away from my house, so I don't know. I'm going to get coffee first. Coffee is the most important. The most important thing I can possibly do is get some coffee. I don't know if you've done this, but I do this like every time. You get your hydraulic handbrake mounted. You may or may not have, plumbed it yet. In most cases, you probably haven't plumbed it yet because it's such a process. But you get your hydraulic handbrake in, and then every turn you're coming up to, you're just like fake e-brake initiating. Just absolutely can't control myself. I'm just like going for the e-brake every time. I love it. It's so great. Shift, steering wheel, drive with one knee, hold the camera with the other, and rip on my pretend e-brake. Let's only pretend for a little while longer, then it's gonna be rad. Package. So I got my coffee, and now I'm going to Ace Hardware to get the washer for my hydraulic handbrake so I can get rid of the slop, the play. I don't know if like they accidentally only sent me one spacer when they should have sent me two. Little brother. I can't seem to find thin enough shims, so I'm either gonna have to order some off McMaster Car, which you can pretty much order anything from McMaster Car, or I'll just ask Chase Bays very politely for another shim, or a slightly thicker shim, because I don't think that this side-to-side play is acceptable. I think we can do a little better than this. So I contacted Chase Bays about the shim for the e-brake and that side-to-side play that I was experiencing, and they replied within a couple seconds or a couple minutes and are sending me out 3 of the different size options they have for that shim, so that'll tighten up that. I'm super pleased with how awesome they are and like their customer service and support, and overall I'm really happy with their product too. I could see maybe some small places for improvement, but they're gonna work on that. Now we can put this on. And this is what I've been waiting for this is out of all the things that I'm doing to the car to get it ready to drift, this is what I'm most excited for. I have not ever had an angle kit on any drift car. Like, I've been in competitions and won competitions without angle kits. So this cheat mode is about to be installed. I am really excited. That means I'm going to be able to mark off angle! Yes. Dude, marking up this checklist is like the basics. Let me get you guys around this way. This checklist is pretty much the basics of what I thought this car needed to be able to, be ready to just go and worry about seat time more than setting up the car. Because I think it's got enough horsepower, for 235s. Makes it fast enough to keep up with most people. It's a light car. And yeah, so oil change to keep it running. The diff, because the factory diff, it just doesn't lock very quickly. So once I get the diff in, handbrake, it's almost done. Angle, we're going to do it now. Sway bars, that was with stock suspension. And since I replaced the coilovers and have a lot better roll control now, I'm actually not really worried about sway bars. And the seat's definitely a priority, but I haven't decided which one I want to do yet. So I don't know. If you guys want to offer your suggestions on what seat I should go with, I was thinking maybe an offering from Status Racing, because maybe I could customize it out to make it look like it fits in the interior, like it should be there from the factory. Or I'll just go with like a Sparco Evo or something, because that's what I've had in the past, and they always fit really well. Like, fit me really well. And that's pretty much the most important thing when picking out a seat, is that it fits you really well. All right, angle kit. Let's do the angle kit. It's a lot of, it's never going to come off, with suddenly it does. But it's awful. The inner point is the Ackerman, the 0 Ackerman setting. The outer point is the more Ackerman setting. Factory? Maybe it's more than stock. I don't know. I don't care, because I want no Ackerman. Pizza's here. So while before I stuff my face some more, I already have been. Look at this. This is where we're standing right now for angles. And I still am gonna mess with the caster a little bit on top and bottom, try to weasel some out. We had to ditch the factory anti-roll bar, of course. Go figure, but yeah. There we are, and actually, let me show you guys where I'm hitting. Just a little nub in the back there. Let's see if I can get some light in the right spot right there. Center screen. You can see it's just touching that nub, and I can actually pound that in a little bit, but I'm going to do as much adjustment of everything else before I can get to pounding. Alright, so there's stock. And this isn't exactly stock because I do have little 1/4 inch rack spacers, but I mean, you know, what's a 1/4 inch rack spacer? Really, it doesn't give me but like a couple degrees. So there's factory. All right, here is SLR turned in. Oh my God, it's like. It is. Look at it. This thing is gonna freaking back. Oh my God, guys! This thing's gonna back into turns. It's amazing. I'm losing my mind. It's so great. It's so great. I did have to ditch the sway bar, but you know what? It always kind of felt like this car needed to rotate easier, anyways. So, now let me turn it the other way. Wham! Full lock, baby. Oh, it's so good. That is so good. That is so good. And I've still got more. The wheel should be hitting the control arm. So there's a millimeter more before I'm going to have to start. I'll probably have to take out my steering rack spacers, but I'm going to work with it some more. And then get back to you guys. We're going to do an entire episode on alignment. But, for now, we're just doing a quick toe set. There's going to be an entire episode, caster camber, Ackerman, alignment, everything I know, and many things I have yet to learn. Can I get some more? Now I've got my steering wheel locked. I really like that this car locks the steering wheel dead center, so that makes it really easy for these quick toe checks. Make sure you got it nice and tight on there, and then pull them tight. And now we're looking at 7/8 and 1/8, which is my 1/4. So here's what happened on my little test drive. We had a boo-boo. I heard the rubbing. I guess I had the camera on recording the wrong side of the car, but oh, poor thing. There's definitely some paint flaking. Oh, it makes me sad, and of course we ate a little chunk out of the tire right there. There it is. The chunk that grabbed it. It'll survive. Everything will be okay. We're just gonna have to lift the car a little bit, roll the fenders a little bit more. Roll the fenders a little bit, period, I guess. So, I'm gonna wrap it up here. We're gonna have some fender rolling, fixing, some love to do, some more alignment correction, some alignment of the entire car needs to be done. I need to slot my toe boxes in the rear so I can take some more camber out of the rear, and there's just a ton of setup that needs to be done still, but at the moment I am pretty freaking excited. So big old freaking check mark. That's a major accomplishment on my list of goals for this car. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you next time.